Man, one of the main thing I get from my community, like in DMs and just like YouTube comments and whatnot, is I would like to play POE2, but the skill tree and everything is just so overwhelming. And the thing I tell them is the following. The game doesn't require you to understand the skill tree when you get skill points. Because you don't get to choose any skill in that skill tree. Like if there's a skill that's like 50 skills away from you, you never have to read that. When the game first starts, you get one skill point, you got literally two options. Do I want more melee damage or do I want more HP? You don't have to read any further. You can read a little bit further if you wanted to plan it a little bit, but you've only got two choices. It's not hard to choose out of two different options, right? Let's say you start off right here. This is your starting spot. You've literally only got to choose one out of two options. That's it. If you chose this option, you literally only get to choose two other options. That's it. If you choose this one, that's only one option for two more levels. If you choose this one, it's two options. Like, it's not hard. It's very easy to get into it. People see this like, oh my god, yeah, I quit. I don't want to play the game. Bro, all of this, if you're starting here, this is all that matters, okay? This is it. This is all that matters, chat. Nothing else matters. That's all you got to know. Not even this much. Like, this is it. This is all you got to care about. Everything else, ignore it. And then once you figure this out, you just go in small steps, you learn a little bit more. I don't even know what every single skill point does in POE1 probably. Like, there's maybe a skill point or two, I don't know what they do. Why? Because I've never needed them. Tree is big. It was the fact that you can't respec. And respecking is easier now, by the way, than ever before. And you could respec with regrets. You got some respec points in, but yeah. Don't let this overwhelm you. It's a rookie mistake to think that this is overwhelming. It's really not. I start off here. It's super easy. Like, this here might say, I don't know, this is maybe Witch or whatever. This might say, do more spell damage. And this might say, get more energy shield. Well, do I want to have more energy shield? Okay, fine, I'll pick this up. Now, this here might say more and more energy shield. So it just keeps going that direction. And this is attribute points. Oh, I want more attribute points for weapons. I might pick these up. I want more energy shield. You go down this path. Okay, boom. You picked up a nice notable. Now you ask yourself, do I want this thing, or this thing? You read all three. Oh, this one looks the coolest. Fine, I picked it up. Boom. Now you ask yourself, do I also want to pick up these two? Any of these? Or shall I continue to go maybe for this and this? So I have a read. What does this do? I have a read. What does this do? And I'll have a read like, what does this do maybe, or whatever. And then I choose. Now, I kind of think these are very important for my build. Boop, I'll pick that up. I'll pick that up as well. What's next? Well, I'm already kind of far away from these. I'm not going to pick them up. So my only option is to go forward. Do I go forward from here or do I like this? Oh, I like this. Fine. Let me go here. And by the way, this is already like level what? Level 10, 15? You've had a long time even to make these little choices. It's taken a while to get here. Now that you're here, you're asking yourself, what is next? Well, I wanted these guys, so you progress here. You pick them up. They're all yours. Now, next. What is cool? I'll have a look at what is closest to me. Do I like this, this? All right, I kind of like that one. Let me pick it up. And that's all you do. Eventually, you're going to be like level 20, 30, 40. There's going to be people like level 80 who are professional gamers. And you're going to see a YouTube video saying, hey, I found a really cool build. And you're going to look at their build, and it's going to be a little bit different from yours. Maybe they went this direction of the path. Maybe they did this early on, right? Well, now you have a chance to respec if you really want to try. And you're going to find out why this is so strong. Oh, maybe this node right here, it activates some kind of build. You can try that. You can respec your tree. But again, it's very easy to deal with. And if you started here, you don't have to care about any of this. All of this is dead. This doesn't exist, chat. None of this matters at all. You're not going there. Definitely not in a first playthrough. All of that, ignore it. It's not that big of a tree. This is your area you got to understand and learn. And you will learn it slowly but surely, procedurally. You don't have to rush to learn it all. And yeah, that's your first playthrough. You're going to have many characters. On your first character, you're going to learn the basics. On your second character, you'll already have ideas. Wow. So let's say your first character gets to level 70 and you eventually end up in this part of the tree. Like you ended up here. And you found out that you really love how this node plays after like, I don't know, 20, 30 hours in game. Because you did all of this, right? Well, maybe on your next character, you're going to think, I really want to get this as early as possible. How do I do that? Let me try rushing to it, right? And then maybe on your very next playthrough, you're going to skip all of this and say, hey, on my next character, I'm going to go more glass cannon. I'm going to go straight through the DPS part, pick this up, maybe I'm going to get some power charges, whatever, pick this up, and I am lining out all the way here. I'm going to sacrifice some time and pick up this bad boy because he is amazing. And now I'm pretty early level. I've got what I wanted, and then I can branch out. And that's how the game works. People think it's intimidating, but it's not. Over multiple playthroughs, over multiple characters, you learn what you like to play. And this is all sticking to this one tree. You're not really moving far away from here. All of this is irrelevant to you. Now, if you do decide to play a new character, like I've had enough fun with the, I don't know, let's say this is the Witch. I'm bored of playing Witch. I really want to try something that's an entire 180. I want to go here. You already have like 50 hours in the game by the point this happens. You've got a lot of time. At this point, it is okay to go on YouTube. Hey, what is a really cool build for the Warrior or Marauder, whoever is over here, or the Ranger? I can look up a build because I really don't know what's happening in this part of the tree. Or you can do the exact same thing and play blind. What do I want? Do I want this or this? Do I want to go for damage, survivability, utility? You can do the same process again. And it's a game that just gives you so much playtime. You can do whatever you want in this game for a very long time. There's so much to learn. But the mistake is people think they have to learn it all at once. No, you don't have to learn it all at once. Because, again, 90% of the information on this tree is irrelevant to your first character. It's irrelevant to your second, third, or fourth character, as long as you're sticking with the same kind of character. It's only relevant when you decide to do an entire 180 and play a different playstyle. So enjoy your first playthrough. You started here. Don't read anything on the tree except for what's right here in front of you. Pick up whatever seems the coolest, and then continue. Keep branching out. And if you're playing softcore, dying doesn't matter. If you're being a bit inefficient, it doesn't matter. If you find out 30 hours into the game that there's something really cool over here that you really want to get, you can respec a few points. You can dive there. You can pick it up if you want to. You can respec 10, 15 points off your tree. You'll have enough gold to do it. So yeah, again, my advice is don't worry about it. This is all that matters for your first playthrough. You don't really need to see much more. And again, even when you first start playing, you don't even have to read anything here. You don't have to read it until you finish up reading what's over here. So yeah. It's one step at a time. Here or here, I choose here. All right, here or here, I choose here. Here or here, I like this one better. All right, and now it's straight line. All right, now we have a few more choices. Well, what am I going to look here? Well, I'm just going to look at the really big nodes. Which one looks the best? This, or this. I read all four. All right, I'm going to go for this one. I picked it up. By this point, I've already read the rest. Do I want to pick these up? If they're really good for your build, I'll pick them up as well. If they're bad, I'll skip them. All right, now that I'm here, well, I guess I'm just going to go forward. Do I want to go to this part of the tree, or do I want to go to this part of the tree? I'll have a few looks at the most big nodes. What does this do? What does this do? What does this do? Once I've seen that, oh yeah, I kind of like what this does, or maybe what this does. All right, let's go ahead. Let's pick this up. Ooh, I feel a lot stronger. Fantastic. Now that I'm here, I have a few more directions to go. I'll look at the really big, important, like, game-changing keystones. Does this fit for my playstyle? Not really. No. What is this? And by the way, what's really interesting is a lot of these are very visually easy to understand. For example, you see these patterns, like you have like diamonds. You have these like shield icons. There's a good chance this means shield. This right here might be crossbow related, right? So you just look at it. Oh, this is for crossbows. I don't play crossbows. I don't have to read anything here. If you're in this part of the tree, right? So you'll see a lot of like crossbow related stuff probably here. Look, this is sword related. Damage with swords, or maybe blocking with like parrying with one-handers. This is spear related or whatever, like staff related. This also is crossbow related, right? So the tree gives you ideas and hints on what is happening in what direction. And once you see the patterns, once you realize what this is, you kind of know, oh, I already have enough, let's say this is energy shield. Oh, I have enough energy shield. I don't even have to read what this does. Or, I don't play energy shield. I don't care about these. I do play shield. What does this do? Right? So don't get too intimidated. It makes a lot of sense once you start playing. And again, you don't need to have a PhD to actually play the skill tree. And at the end of the day, If you actually don't want to make any of these choices, you will have online resources telling you what the meta builds are. If you want to go down that path, not make your own build and go for a meta build, it'll be there within days. Last but not least, there is literally a search bar in-game. If you want to find what node has minions, let's say you're playing a minion build, you just put the word minion, and it's going to highlight every minion node. If you feel like you don't have enough HP, you literally put life in the search bar, it will highlight everything with life. So, if you want to look for something specific for your build, oh, I'm not tanky enough, I want more armor or life or block, you type in the keyword, it'll show you every single one near where you're at. So again, don't let the game intimidate you. It's pretty easy to navigate, and you will only know all of this after a very long time of playing, but I stress again, you don't need to know all of it, and you'll be just fine knowing none of it. I hope that helps a little bit, and I'll see you all next time.